to Game 4 of the 1974 World Series. The National League champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers, versus the American League champions, the Oakland A's. Indian summer still laying over the Bay Area. The temperature in the 80s this afternoon. Another packed and jammed crowd of the Oakland Coliseum as the A's and the Dodgers square off in Game 4. Hi, everybody. I'm Kurt Gowdy with Monty Moore and Tony Kubek. Well, the merry-go-round goes around, and we're back to the beginning. The two starting pitchers of the opening game of the World Series are matched up once more. Andy Messersmith, the right-hander of the Dodgers, against Ken Holtzman, the left-hander of the Oakland A's. And when we talk about hitting and run scoring in this series, Monty, we haven't seen too much of it. Now, what about the A's? When are they going to break loose?
Kurt, this is a mighty tough pitching staff to break loose on as far as hitting goes. Messersmith and Sutton and Marshall in the group. But if the A's do break loose, I think it would have to be in the middle of the batting order, and everybody looks for the game breakers, Reggie Jackson and Sal Bando. And Reggie denied, I was talking with him just before the game, and said that he may be able to present a new kind of a weapon for the A's, and he showed it a little bit last night when he stole second base, even though it was on a hit-and-run play. Jackson said before the game tonight that his leg does feel good. If he has to steal or take an extra base, he'll do it. But if you ask any of the Oakland A's players who is the real clutch hitter on this ball club who might break the ball game open, it would be Sal Bando. You might say why Bando has gone no hits and 10 at-bats in the World Series, but his teammates have that kind of confidence in him. He, at one time this year, had only 34 hits and had 39 runs batted in. So he's the kind of guy that, if the A's do break loose, could do it.
Now the Dodgers have a very special cheerleader here for the World Series, and he's a fellow who would have played a key figure in this 1974 series. And right now, Tony Kubek's going to talk with him.
Should the Oakland A's win the World Championship again in 1974, it could be because of the elbow you're looking at right now. It belongs to Tommy John, who at All-Star break was the winningest pitcher in the National League. And Tommy, you had a 13-3 record. You never picked up another victory after that.
Right, Tony. I tried to pitch. I think I waited about 8 or 9 weeks and rested some and tried to come back and throw. And it just got to the point to where I could throw maybe 3/4 speed. But whenever I tried to get the little extra pop on the ball that you need to get guys out like Jackson and Bando, etc., I just couldn't do it. And I couldn't throw a good curveball. And I think I have to have both of them to win. And it just came down to the point that the season was growing short, and I had to make a decision to get my arm operated on or try to maybe play in the series, etc. And I felt the longer I waited, the more it would take me into spring training. So we decided about the 1st of September to get my arm operated on, and the 25th, Dr. Frank Jobe went in and reconstructed my left elbow.
Tommy John, I hope you do come back as your important factor in the National League and for this ball club, the Dodgers.
I'm sure I will, Tony. Thank you.
Good luck. Let's go back upstairs.
And I think baseball fans all over the country hope that he's back in winning form next year with Los Angeles.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum for the 4th game of the 1974 World Series. And here are the official lineups. First, the National League champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Here is the manager of the Dodgers, number 24, Walter Alston. Batting first and playing second base, number 15, Davy Lopes. Batting second and playing left field, number 22, Bill Buckner. Batting third and playing center field, number 23, Jimmy Wynn. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 6, Steve Garvey. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 13, Joe Ferguson. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 10, Ron Say. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, number 18, Bill Russell. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 7, Steve Yeager. Batting ninth and pitching, number 47, Andy Messersmith. And here are the remaining players and coaches of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Number 1, Rick Auerbach. Number 5, Ken McMullen. Number 11, Manny Mota. Number 12, Vaughn Joshua. Number 16, Dale Hopkins. Number 17, Tom Paciorek. Number 20, Don Sutton. Number 21, Jim Brewer. Number 27, Willie Crawford. Number 28, Mike Marshall. Number 31, Doug Raw. Number 34, Lee Lacy. Number 38, Jeff Zahn. Number 44, Al Downey. Number 49, Charlie Huff. Number 50, Eddie Solomon. And the coaches, number 19, Jim Gilliam. Number 26, Red Adams. Number 52, Tom Lasorda. Number 54, Monty Pascal. And the trainers, Bill Bueller. And now for the defending world champions, the Oakland A's. Here's the manager of the A's, Alvin Dark. Batting first and playing shortstop, number 19, Bert Campaneris. Batting second and playing center field, number 4, Bill North. Batting third and playing third base, number 6, Sal Bando. Batting fourth and playing right field, number 9, Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 26, Joe Rudy. Batting sixth and playing left field, number 15, Claudel Washington. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 10, Ray Fosse. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 1, Dick Green. Batting ninth and pitching, number 30, Ken Holtzman, who is warming up in the bullpen. And here are the remaining players and coaches of the Oakland A's. Number 2, Angel Mongual. Number 3, Herb Washington. Number 11, Ted Kubiak. Number 12, Larry Haney, who is warming up the pitcher in the bullpen. Number 13, John Blue Moon Odom. Number 14, Vida Blue. Number 16, Dal Maxville. Number 18, Gene Dennis. Number 22, Jesus Salou. Number 25, Paul Lindblad. Number 27, Jim Catfish Hunter. Number 32, Darrell Moll. Number 33, Dave Hamilton. Number 34, Raleigh Finger. Number 36, Glenn Abbott. Number 38, Jim Holt. And here are the coaches. Number 41, Jerry Adair. Number 42, Wes Stock. Number 43, Bobby Hoffman. And number 44, Bobby Winkle. And the trainer, Joe Romo. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the colors tonight is the ROTC color guard from the University of California at Berkeley.
Been very, very effective with a let-up pitch. There's the curve that's high for ball 2. Straightaway center field, Bill North. Makes the catch, and there's one away. Here's Bill Buckner with one out in the first inning. Buckner so far in the series has 3 base hits. He's been up 13 times, and Holtzman starts him off with a fastball strike.
The fans can see the sun shining brightly on the bleachers, but it is no problem to the outfielders now because it's ducked down behind the rim of the stadium.
There's a fastball hit down the line and left. Claudell Washington can't get it. And the rookie outfielder didn't quite get to a fly ball. It hit right in his glove and out. And Bill Buckner is on.
He got a good jump, and Randall almost caught the ball. He had the added advantage of having his glove in his right hand. He did not have to backhand it, and the ball just flopped out of his webbing of his glove. He has speed. He caught up to the ball. He was playing Buckner toward left field, and he thought he had it.
Buckner's played as a pull hitter by the Dodgers. I don't think a lot of left fielders could have reached that ball, except for this 20-year-old youngster who has blazing speed.
I noticed that Rudy, however, has played him much closer to the line than Washington was playing him right then. They give Buckner a double on the play, and Jimmy Wynn is the batter now. Wynn's had 2 hits, 11 at-bats in the series. Pitch it outside a ball. Boy, Buckner's got a big lead. Holtzman stopped him and struck out Wynn. So they're 2 down as Holtzman gets his first strikeout. Steve Garvey with 2 down and a runner at second base. The top RBI man for the Dodgers this year. In the regular season, Garvey hit .312, drove in 111 runs. He's had 5 hits in the series. Andy Messersmith, last half of the first inning, will pitch to Bert Campaneris, Bill North, and Sal Bando. Messersmith, the 20-game winner this year for the Dodgers. He lost only 6. And you look how a guy finishes the season to see how well he is ready to go into a series. The pitch to Campaneris hits him. Campaneris hit on the left arm and looks back over the shoulder at Messersmith. You know one thing, Messersmith wasn't throwing at him.
He wasn't taken. He was going to go after right off the bat. And look at the wince in the face of Campaneris. And are the Dodgers trying to shake up these Oakland A's?
So Campy Campaneris is on. Campaneris had 4 hits in the series. For the year, the A's little road-running shortstop had 34 stolen bases. Messersmith is known to have one of the better moves among the right-handed Dodger pitchers.
He is not the kind of kid to wake up either, Bert Campaneris. He can get on those bases and really terrorize you.
I would imagine Messersmith's going to take a few shots at him here. Bill North's had only 1 hit in 10 at-bats in the series. He had a couple of hits the first day of the playoffs and then went into a slump, couldn't get the ball out of the infield. He takes low, ball 1. 6 times has led the American League in stolen bases. He's going. Pitch is swung and missed. Yeager's throw is right there. Got him. Steve Yeager with a great throw to second base, nailing Campy Campaneris.
Here's Campy again. Messersmith got rid of the ball very quickly to his catcher, Yeager. Looked like a hit and run as Campy kept his eye on that hitter for a long time. Lopes taking the throw. He was playing close to the bag.
He struck him out in a let-up, and that's all for the Oakland A's. The score after 1 inning of play at the Oakland Coliseum. The Dodgers nothing, the A's nothing. Here's Ron Say, third baseman for the Dodgers. Well, what a play he made here last night. There's a drive to center. North going back. Makes the catch a little lower than he usually likes to make them. Bouncing ball to Campaneris. And it's 3 up, 3 down. We've gone through 1.5 innings here in Oakland, and the score remains the Los Angeles Dodgers nothing, the A's nothing. Reggie Jackson. After a Messersmith changeup and way up front.
That's a tense-looking dugout, isn't it? They're all lying back, relaxed, smiling.
1 strike to count on Jackson. He's had 3 hits in 9 at-bats in the series. 1 a home run off Messersmith in game number 1. He hit him right on the fist with that one, and it kicks off foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You know, Jackson did a crazy thing this year. Crazy for some people, not for him. When he got his 1,000th strikeout in a game in Chicago, the catcher tossed the ball out to the mound, and Jackson went out and got it and saved it. Drive left center field. Jimmy Wynn makes a fine running catch. Jimmy Wynn with a fine running catch.
We've had some good center field plays so far in this World Series. North and Wynn. He was playing to the right field side of second base and had a long run, and the ball was hit hard and slicing. There's another angle from that low center field camera.
And look at that ball sinking on him. It was sinking rapidly.
When a left-hander swings like that and gets that inside-out swing that Jackson had on it, it was tailing away from Wynn, and when he first hit it, I didn't pick Wynn up that quickly, and I figured that one might be going to the wall because he really hit it hard, but Jimmy got a fine jump on the ball. So there's 1 down in here. Joe Rudy, who's had 4 hits in the series. He is one of 2 Oakland A's players with that many. Campaneris is the other. Davey Lopes, backhanded stop to Garvey, who saves another Dodger throwing error. Garvey in this series has played beautifully at first base on some mighty big plays.
Well, he's been good all year at coming up with scoops. Here it is on the pickup by Lopes. Makes a fine play. Now watch this pickup. Garvey has saved the Dodger infielders many times this year of throwing errors.
Washington hits the ball left side deep. They're going to have to hurry to get him. Ball is thrown away, but Caudell can't get around first base. Davey Lopes with a hustling backup of a wild throw. Bill Rigney, former manager around the Bay Area. He has managed the Giants, managed the California Angels for a long time. He lives right out here in Danville, Alamo.
And the Minnesota Twins. Right now, he's hitting them straight down the fairway.
He was our broadcast partner for a year here in Oakland on radio, and a good one. He struck him out, and that's all for the Oakland A's. 2 innings have come and gone here at the Coliseum, and the score is the Dodgers nothing, the A's nothing. Top half of inning number 3. Steve Yeager, the Dodger catcher, will lead it off. Warren Giles, former president of the National League. World Series, it's the gathering place for all of the Major League Baseball hierarchy, front office people. That ball's hit well. Washington can't get to it, and it's off the wall. He's throwing to second where Green is covering, but Yeager's in with a double.
Well, Washington played that ball well off the wall and had quite a strike to second base.
He has a pretty good arm. The way that ball went by him, the way he reacted, it looked as if he thought it was gone.
And you can see North comes over from center field to back him up. Yeager, who has the knee injury, had to hustle to make the double. Look at Ron Luciano down there. He's a showman. The umpire.
Monty, they told the A's pitchers, don't give Yeager a fastball. That was a fastball right in there to him.
And he really jumped on it. Well, the Dodgers now are in the driver's seat with a runner at second, nobody down. Their pitcher, Messersmith, squares around and takes ball 1.
He was a hitting star in the first game, 2 out of 3 for Andy.
With the top of the batting order coming on, it'll be interesting to see if they let him swing and try to hit the ball to the right side, or if they have him bunting. Joe Rudy's charging from first base. He bunts it towards Bando. They'll have only 1 play. That's the first where Green is covering. He takes it, and going to third on the perfect sacrifice by Messersmith is Yeager. Messersmith is a very fine athlete, and all the A's scouting reports indicated that he could hit. He bunts well. He does what you have to do to field your position, and of course he does the number 1 thing that he's supposed to do, and that's throw the baseball the way it's supposed to be thrown. Was the bubblegum champion, but was dethroned on national television tonight.
They've got the infield in now. They're going to try and cut the runoff at home plate. He's going to pitch from the stretch.
Lopes after the first pitch, and Holtzman, knowing he's a good first pitch hitter, threw the ball that tailed away from him. Did the Dodgers squeeze that much?
We're liable to try anything. Lopes is not a good butter, oddly enough.
Took that one for a ball.
That was proven in the first ball game when with 2 men on base and nobody out, Walter Alston let him hit away with a 2-0 count. He popped it up.
Yeager's got a good lead down off third, even though Holtzman's working off the stretch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He struck him out. Kenny Holtzman took something off the pitch. There are a lot of pitchers who don't like to throw an off-speed pitch in a situation where a fly ball could hurt him, but Holtzman has such a good one and hides it so well, he throws it a lot on 2 strikes in this situation. Billy's home is near here, Vallejo, just over the bridge. Buckner giving himself a little fight talk here with 3 and 2. There's the bunt. Holtzman got it and threw to first. Buckner got a slow curveball to bunt and bunted it too close to the mound. The score. Now the A's pitcher Kent Holtzman, who had a double in game 1. He had 2 doubles last year after not batting all year long. And a lot of people who are not acquainted with the American League designated hitter rule wonder about the pitchers if they ever get to do any hitting during the season. And the answer is yes. Every day when they're at home, they have about 30 minutes in the cage just for the pitchers. And it's their, I believe, favorite time of the day.
He's been quite a World Series hitter.
That ball's hit well. It is carrying, and there she goes.
In the series, a double against Mr. Smith on Saturday, and now a home run tonight.
Boy, oh boy.
He set a record as we look at for getting around the bases slowly. Let's look at Buckner, who's playing very shallow in left field.
Where did it go?
Amazing. No sooner did you get the words out of your mouth, Monty, that they're not taking any hitting during a game, obviously. But that 30 minutes, they play long ball is all they do. They don't get any breaking balls. They play long ball in that one.
Bouncing ball to Davy Lopes. And that's all for the A's, who score 1 run on 1 hit in the 3rd inning, and the score is 1-0 Oakland. Top of the 4th inning, Jimmy Wynn of the Dodgers. Bounces one back off the glove of Holtzman. Green's going to have to hurry. He got him. Great play by Dick Green, backing up Ken Holtzman.
He had a fine game last night. Once again, he may have had the ball, but it would have been a tougher play for him from way behind second base. The ball was deflected by Kenny.
You see another angle here, and you see that he was cheating. Look, he comes right straight back over second base. Look here, he's coming right straight over the bag nearly. So he was right behind the pitcher as that pitch was made. Here's Garvey.
Still trying to pull an outside pitch.
There's a ground ball right side off the glove of a diving Joe Rudy.
Garvey can go to right field.
Looked like he was trying to kill worms or chop down a tree. That was really a swing going down on that ball. He walked him, and the Dodgers have 2 on for Ron Say. That comes from shooting at the corners. Holtzman, however, walked only about 2 men every 9 innings this year. Get a man on and a big guy like Ferguson up, and you pitch a little more finely than you do with nobody on.
Here's a batter you have to pitch outside to. He likes the inside part of the plate, and he'll hit a pitch on the inside part for power.
Had 18 homers this year, drove in 97 runs for the Dodgers. Out in front of the letter pitch, 1 strike. He gives up a lot of hits, but it takes a lot of hits to beat you if you're not walking too many. Curveball, strike 3 called. Ron Say doesn't believe it, but Don Dinkinger, the plate umpire, says, yes, sir.
Tony, his curve is much better tonight than it was Saturday in Los Angeles.
He didn't use it very often, and this is just the other weapon that a good pitcher has. Hunter does the same thing. We look at the breaking pitch again, and comes around the plate. Very sharp break, equally effective against right-handed hitters or left. But the good pitchers, the consistent winners, change.
There's a drive into right center. Jackson going deep. He can't get it. It goes between them. The Dodgers are going to get two. Jackson bobbling the ball. Russell's on his way to third. North finally gets it back in. And the Dodgers lead 2-1.
At Billy North from our center field camera. Reggie Jackson seemed to circle the ball. There you can see the loop. He did not go in a direct line toward the ball.
Curve ball, he popped it up. Ray Fosse's trying to find it. He puts it away, and the Dodgers score two here in the fourth on two hits. The score, the Dodgers 2, the A's 1.
Washington had an infield hit his first time up. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Dodgers. 1 run, 2 hits for the A's. Messersmith has struck out 3. He's walked 1, he's hit a batter. 0-1 to Washington. He works in a hurry. There's a drive in the left center by the youngster. That's his third hit in the World Series. He's 3 out of 3.
Kurt, he's an amazing kid. You know, one of the first games he ever played in the big leagues was against Gaylord Perry, and he just went up there fearlessly and hit a triple off the right center field wall, got the winning base hit in the 12th, 13th inning, something like that. He just knows no fear and can really swing the bat.
As Billy Norris said, he has cool. He acts like he's playing in his 10th World Series instead of his first. Ray Fosse struck out his first time. He's failed to hit in the series. He's 0 for 10. That's a ball nearly hit him. Fosse and Green have yet to have a hit in this series. The Dodgers, down through the order, have had better hitting. A 1-0 delivery. There's a drive in the left center for a base hit. Washington rounding second. Stopping. Jim Wynn came up with the ball. I thought Tony Washington might go on with Wynn's elbow problem.
He had that in mind, but when he hit second base and started toward third, he saw that Wynn got over very quickly, and they do remember the throw he made last night to home. It did have something on it. It was fairly accurate.
Washington to second, Fosse to first, nobody out. 1 strike to Dick Green. Dodgers ahead, 2-1. He squares away. This time makes Garvey handle the ball. Garvey throws to Lope, covering at first base. A sacrifice for Dick Green. And he gets a hand from the hometown A's fan. Ron Say stays in tight at third because of Campaneris' bunting ability. Garvey plays it halfway at first.
Messersmith will probably, well, let's see, continue to pitch from the stretch. Hold Washington close.
The windup.
Campaneris has been hit by a pitch ball and popped to the pitcher trying to bunt. 1-0 to him. Here's the 3-2 pitch to him. And he hits a high fly ball out in the left center. Backing up is Bill Buckner and takes it one-handed. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left at the end of 5. 2-1 Dodgers that are with the present club. Weren't around then. Wynn lines it into left center. North coming over, and the ball's picked up by Washington. Wynn's into second base and has a double. North tried to make a diving catch. Couldn't come up with it. Waddell Washington had to back him up.
Watch Billy North again on this sinking line drive to right center field. He's made some good catches in postseason play, but this one he could not make the shoestringer on. Can't find it. Wynn with his speed right into second base. Washington has shown a good arm.
That's the 5th hit for Los Angeles. Now Steve Garvey, he struck out, he singled.
Garvey, the man you went up in this situation. He goes to right well. Holtzman will probably curve him down and in. It's a tough pitch to go the opposite way.
He hits it to third. Bando looks the runner back. Fires a strike to first to Rudy. There's one down. And he pitched him in that exact spot, down and in.
It was a fastball, a sinking fastball, and that is just plain smart pitching.
Joe Ferguson has grounded out and walked. Jim Wynn at second, one down. The 2-1 pitch. Big bounding ball to Bando. Again, he looks Wynn back. Fires across against the slow runner. Has him there, 2 down. Ron Say has lined to center and struck out. He's 0 for 2. So far, they stopped him fairly effectively. He's had only 1 hit in 12 times. Every man in this Dodger lineup has had at least 1 hit in the World Series. Wynn led off with a double. He's still at second after Garvey and Ferguson have bounced to third. I think it was 45 or 47 men played third base for the Dodgers over a stretch of the last 10 years. Ball gets away. There goes Wynn to third. Fosse does not throw. 1-0. He rams it to Bando and a skidding hop. Bando makes the play. It was a difficult play for him. No runs for the Dodgers. 1 hit. They left 1. 5.5 gone. 2-1 Los Angeles. Kurt Gowdy, Tony Kubek, and Monty Moore again from the Oakland Coliseum. Another packed and jammed sellout crowd on a very warm, pleasant evening. What weather we've had for this year's series. Temperature in the 80s in Los Angeles, and here in San Francisco. The 2-2 delivery. Inside, 3-2. What happened to these chilly nights we all heard about out here?
Kurt, this time of year, you don't get that fog that we have so much during the July and August and June season. This is the best time of year always. We forget that one night it rained here last year.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Bill North is on. Bad man to walk. He led the American League in stolen bases with 54. For him to handle that kind of stuff to right field would be most difficult. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's the ball getting away. And North goes to second. Well, that's what a great base runner by North will do. Some way, somehow, continuous pressure can force you into that mistake.
Here's North again coming back. He tried to dig it out of the dirt. Didn't. Look at North. Take a look over his shoulder like good base runners will. They don't rely on coaches unless they absolutely have to. Here it is again. It was not a bad throw. The ball did not hit the dirt. It hit off the thumb of the first baseman's glove of Garvey.
Well, they scored an error. It's probably going to be on a pitcher, but we'll check for the official score. Now, North's at second, nobody out. And a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Bando, and Bando fouls it away. Bando's been the spoiler. He's fouled off 4 or 5 in a row now. Here's the 1-2 pitch to him. He drills it into right field. It may drop. It's in. Here's North scoring, and the A's are tied it 2-up.
Here's a good team now, even with 2 strikes. He was shooting the opposite way, and Messerschmitt made what looked like a perfect pitch. Up and in, almost a ball. But Bando, the team captain, did his job and got a base set aside from him.
Bando at first, nobody out. 3 balls, no strikes. No action right now in the Dodger bullpen. There may be in another pitch or 2. Well, will they give Jackson the green light?
My guess is yes.
Red Adams and Walter Alston. Adams, the pitching coach. 3 balls, no strikes to Jackson. He's on. It's the second walk this inning by Andy Messerschmitt. And now the Dodger bullpen springs into action.
I don't know if I'd have this man bunting. He is a very reliable hitter. He can go the opposite way. The Dodgers are playing it like a bunt. He may switch right now.
Bando's at second. Jackson's at first. No outs. 1 run in. The A's have tied it at 2-all in the 6th inning. And he's bunting to Garvey. Garvey has to make the play to Lopes. He looks to third and then decided he might have a gamble there. Joe Rudy with a beautifully executed sacrifice. The A's have showed us some very efficient bunting in this series.
And they're taking advantage the second time in this ball game on Steve Garvey's throwing arm. He took a look. No chance for the play. Bando got a good jump off second base.
Well, I think in this series run coming hard to get that they have been laying the ball down. They were one short of a World Series record in the opening game. Ray Fosse is being called back, and Jim Holt is coming out, a left-handed batter. He came over to the A's from the Minnesota Twins. All right, he's in with a bases loaded. One out, the game tied 2-2 in the last of the sixth inning. Bandel's at third, Jackson's at second. Claudell Washington's at first, and his ball one to Jim Holt. The A's left two in scoring position in the fifth. Three runners lead away. The 2-2 delivery. And it's a little nibbler. It's going to be a foul ball. Yeager pouncing on it. Yeager and Bandel.
Yeager's laughing.
They met before one other ball game right at home plate. Here it is again. Yeager saying, I'm going to stop, will you?
Now listen, babe, you got me down there in L.A.
Great shot right there.
That really is.
You can still laugh when the tension's the highest.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeager blocked the plate and hurt his knees. The 2-2 delivery. There's a base hit into right field. Bando is scoring. Here comes Jackson. The throw. It is. He's safe. Yeager charges the home plate umpire, Denkinger. Walter Alston coming out to argue. A strong throw by Joe Ferguson again. Jackson hits the dirt and evidently eluded the tag. Yeager is steaming.
We've seen Ferguson make a great throw before in this World Series. He just made another one. Yeager tried to block the plate. He planted that foot down the third base line. Here's Ferguson. Look at the speed on that throw. Here comes Reggie Jackson. He had to reach a little bit toward the first base side, but now Reggie just knocks that foot up with a hard slide. Everybody calling it Bando Green. Here it is again. He was holding him out, pitching from the stretch, which did not allow Reggie to get that good a jump off second base. Watch this slide. There is the left foot, knocking off Yeager's foot from home plate, and he tags him after he hit the plate. Good call by the home plate umpire, Don Denkinger.
That left foot in on the plate. Alvin Dark, the manager, now talking with Dick Green, who's due up next, and Bobby Winkles. A 4-2 lead for Oakland. They're going to let Green bat now.
Well, we see Herbie Washington, and, you know, in the excitement of that play and the throw and the 2 runs, you forget the big hit that Jimmy Holt just got.
That's his second pinch hit in this series.
He was picked up from Minnesota in a trade for Pat Burt. The A's were trying to get a man who didn't go for power so much, but he didn't strike out. And Jimmy Holt was something like coming into this World Series 0 for 26 as a pinch hitter, and he's had 2 in the series.
The 3 runs by the A's. Holt's getting an ovation, and they start waving those Oakland banners in back of the dugout. He delivered a big pinch hit. He got behind in the count and came through. 3 runs in an inning has been the biggest inning of this World Series. And here goes Herbie Washington out. Hurricane Herb, who has been picked off first base in L.A. Last night they hit a high fly to left. He forgot the number of outs, and he stopped at second base. His reasoning was, even if the ball was dropped or misjudged, he's so fast he could have scored anyway.
Did he say that?
He's supposed to have said that. Well, there's still only 1 out. Claudell Washington's at third. Herb Washington at first. a world-class sprinter. He holds the world indoor 50 and 100-yard dash record and runs the 100 outdoors in 9.2.
Excellent speed on both bases, and Yeager's going to have to make a decision. Will he throw through to get Washington and take a chance that the other Washington, Claudel, will score from third?
Dick Green is rounded to short and sacrificed. Washington's not wandering far off that back since Marshall picked him off.
He's not diving back like Maury Wills told him to.
That's his problem. He's had to learn how to get a lead, how to slide. He can run, but there's more to it than that. Ground ball is sent to the shortstop. They go to second for one. The throw to first. They're late, and the run scores. Dick Green hustled down the line and beat the throw from Lopes to first base. Washington scored, and the A's had 4 runs in the 6th inning. Now have a 5-2 lead. An RBI for Dick Green. And there's a ground ball. Russell backhanding. Great play to Lopes. Fantastic play by Bill Russell in the hole. Here it is again.
Here's Russell going far to his right. He was playing up the middle for Kenny Holtzman. A real acrobat.
4 runs, 2 hits, 1 error at the end of 6. 5-2 Oakland. Joe DiMaggio and Bobby Brown, former teammates. Dr. Bobby Brown, one of the leading cardiologists in America from Fort Worth, Texas, now the president of the Texas Rangers. He's had trouble in 1 inning. That was the 4th when he gave up 2 runs. That's been it for Los Angeles. Took him out of the curveball.
He has changed his pitching pattern from his first start of this World Series an awful lot. He's gone more to the breaking ball, the hard curve.
He's been very consistent since he came to the American League, winning 19, 20, and 19 in the last 3 years. That's a bounding ball in the left field for a base hit by Steve Garvey. And Garvey continues to slash away.
I've got to believe we're going to see fingers right now as Ferguson represents the tying run at the plate. That's why you don't see many complete ball games anymore. People like Marshall, Fingers, who is on his way in from the pen.
Crowd does not want Dark to take Holtzman out. They're yelling, no, no. It's a quick hook here for him with 2 down in the 8th inning. And so we've gone, the 18th game in a row in the World Series without a complete game. As Raleigh Fingers makes his way in, Joe Ferguson, the batter. Dodgers behind 3 runs. Took him out on a high fastball up around the eye. There's Bill Fingers applauding her husband. Way to go. No run. A hit, 2 left. We have action in the Dodger bullpen. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And Washington strikes out. And Marshall has really pitched great relief ball in this series. No runs, a hit, nobody left. We're going to the 9th inning. It's 5-2 Oakland. Joe Rudy now goes back to his old spot in left field. And Gene Tennis comes off the bench to take over first base.
The right-hand hitter.
There's a line shot to center, a base hit by Say to start the 9th. Every 9th inning we've had so far in this series, the club behind has put on a rally, has been caught just short. The 9th innings of the first 3 games were the best innings. Bill Russell has grounded out, doubled, to knock in 2 and fly it out. Dando playing tight at third. Fastball strike to Russell. An upset victory. Russell strikes out.
We could see a pinch hitter here for Yeager. Willie Crawford is on the bench, and we thought he might do that when Ferguson was up in the last inning. It looks like Von Joshua now with a bat.
Maybe a cat and mouse game, making Fingers wait for him. Now he backs out.
Raleigh never knows what time it is anyway. He really doesn't care.
There's Willie Crawford by Walter Alston. And Willie's coming out to bat for Mike Marshall. There's a ball ran. Green up. 1, goal. Double play. Sensational double play. A game started by Dick Green. What a way to wind the game up with a flurry as Dick Green. That looked like a sure base hit, Tony.
Never that I can recall that the defensive player got the most valuable player award for World Series. last two ball games, you got to say Dick Green has had a big part in Oakland A's victories. What a great play. Bob Joshua runs well, and this will give you an example of playing pitchers, not just hitters, with fingers, ball moving away from the left-handed hitter. He was moving to his right before the ball was hit, and look at the great pivot by Campaneris. They play great fundamental baseball, these Oakland A's.
Well, that's how they now have a 3-1 lead. We'll be back. Again, the final score. The A's 5 and the Dodgers 2.